Hey everybody, I'm Dave with Growing the Home Garden. Today I thought I'd talk a little bit about the vegetable garden mulches that I use. There's a few of them. They're all organic in nature, and when I say organic in nature, I'm not necessarily talking about for organic production. These are products that will actually break down over time and help feed the soil, and I think that's really important with a vegetable garden mulch. So let's take a look and let me just show you a few of these mulches and some of the pros and cons of each. Now what you're looking at here are wood chips, of course, and I actually had to go and purchase these wood chips from the store. I had a huge pile of wood chips from a chipper truck, but they've been depleted, and with so many people gardening that I can't get a wood chipper out here to drop off stuff for me anymore. Who knows, maybe it'll happen again eventually, but it's been a while. So I went out and I bought some wood chips to put down. I was going to use what they call soil conditioner, and those are this really finely broken down wood chips, usually from pine trees and stuff like that. But it was $1 more expensive per bag than this cypress wood chip stuff. And this is all natural, just breaks down in the garden, makes a really good soil over time. Now the key with wood chips, if you are buying them from the store, avoid any of those colored products because they all have dyes in it that you don't want in your garden. Just get something natural. The soil conditioner is good. The cypress mulch is good. Cedar is good. The cedar takes a really long time to break down. It tends to be a little bit more expensive, but you can also count on a little bit of disease resistance and pest resistance because of that cedar mulch. Another mulch I'm using this year is a byproduct of the bamboo that I picked up. After the bamboo was sitting for a while, we had a ton of leaves that just kind of fell off of it. So rather than waste the leaves, we are using them as a mulch layer. So it's just kind of a combination. It's free. We picked it up on the roadside. I doubt it's been treated with any kind of chemicals and things like that. So it's just kind of a free resource to use. And leaves can be a great resource if you've saved some leaves from the fall, if you've got a pile of leaves left over that you just want to lay down. If you think about a forest and how over time those leaves have fallen and make a really dark, rich, loamy soil, that you can do the same thing in your vegetable garden or ornamental gardens if you just continue to use that leaves. It gives a really good texture into the soil once they break down. Worms love it. Another mulch type that I'm using is grass. And these are just grass clippings from our yard. And I take a push mower and I just bag it, and then I bring the bag over here and dump it in the vegetable garden area. Now what's great about this stuff is it's free. It comes from the yard. I don't use any chemicals on my yard, so I know that it's all organic. The grass clippings that I take do not have weed seeds in them, because I'm getting it before that goes to seed. And the other problem with this could be that it is a lot of Bermuda grass. And we already had some Bermuda grass in this area, so I'm just kind of using Bermuda grass to suffocate out what was already here. And you can see there I've got this echinacea growing. I've got some peppers growing right next to that. And that pepper plant actually got munched on by a deer who stopped about halfway. I think he was a little disappointed with what he found there on that pepper. That's a serrano. And next to that's another serrano. So on the outside of the vegetable garden, I'm using this now. In the spring, when I have mostly fescues coming up, I'll take the fescue grass clippings and use them in the vegetable garden to help break down. But I don't introduce the Bermuda grass into the actual vegetable garden itself, because I've got enough issues with that. I don't want to actually spread it around a little bit more. But in this case, I'm using Bermuda grass clippings on top of Bermuda grass to help suffocate that out and reduce it some. And it actually is doing quite well right now. I've got a few spots where it's trying to peek through, but it's definitely slowing it down and making it much more manageable here in the exterior of the garden. The main purpose of putting down the mulch is to keep the moisture in the soil so that your plants don't dry out and they have everything that they need. But the secondary purpose is to allow those materials to break down over time and feed the soil and improve the fertility of your soil. So if you use organic mulches, that works great. I really am not a fan of using rock and things like that in ornamental gardens. I would never do that in a vegetable garden area ever, because you're having to put in things over and over again. So I always try to avoid that kind of stuff. You don't even want to mess with it. Go with an organic mulch: straw, pine needles, grass clippings, wood chips. All that is great. So anyway, I'm Dave with Growing the Home Garden. If this was helpful to you, please like and subscribe, and look forward to talking to you about more garden stuff. Thanks for watching.